Today I'm going to read you a story called Little Red Riding Hood. And the person who drew these pictures, her name is Karen Schmidt. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little girl, and everyone loved her very much, and her grandmother loved her most of all. She made her a red velvet cape, and she wore that everywhere, so she was called Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother said, "Your grandmother's not feeling well. Here's a basket of food to share with her. Now hurry along, and remember to stay on the path. Don't stop to play in the woods." "Yes, Mama," said Little Red Riding Hood, and off she skipped to Grandmother's house. She had not gone far when she met a wolf. "Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf. "Good morning, Wolf," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Where are you going so early this morning?" "Oh, to see my grandmother," said Little Red Riding Hood. "And what do you have in your basket?" "Oh, good things to eat." The wolf licked his lips. The grandmother will be good to eat, he thought, and this little girl will be even better. I must think of a way to gobble them both up. Then he said, "Where does your grandmother live?" "Oh, down the path near the big oak trees," said Little Red Riding Hood. And she pointed the way to her grandmother's house. That way. Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf walked along the path for a while. "What a beautiful day," said the wolf. "Why don't you stop and play? And maybe don't you want to pick some pretty flowers?" Little Red Riding Hood looked around her. "Oh, I'll pick some flowers for Grandmother." And she left the path. Each time she picked a flower, she saw a prettier one just ahead, and soon she was deep in the woods. The wolf ran straight to Grandmother's house. He knocked on the door. "Who's there?" Grandmother called. It's Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf in a squeaky voice. "Please open the door." "I'm in bed," said the grandmother. "Lift the latch and come in." The wolf opened the door. He ran into the house and he swallowed the grandmother in one gulp. And then he put on her nightcap and jumped in bed. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood came to the house, and the door was open. "Good morning, Grandmother," she called. There was no answer. Little Red Riding Hood had a strange feeling. She went up to the bed, and there was Grandmother. "Grandmother," said Little Red Riding Hood, "what big ears you have!" Oh, all the better to hear you with, my dear," said the wolf. "But Grandmother, what big eyes you have!" Oh, all the better to see you with, my dear." "Grandmother," gasped Little Red Riding Hood, "what big teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," said the wolf, and he jumped out of bed and gobbled her up in one bite. The wolf then fell asleep, and soon he began to snore. A little while later, a hunter walked by. Listen to the old woman snoring. I wonder if she's all right. And the hunter went into the house, and he saw the wolf fast asleep. Now I've got you, you wicked wolf, said the hunter. I have been looking all over for you for a long, long time. He was about to shoot the wolf, and then he thought perhaps the wolf had eaten the old woman. She might still be saved. So the hunter took out his knife, and he cut open the wolf, and out jumped Little Red Riding Hood. I was afraid in there, she said. How dark it is inside a wolf. And then Grandmother crawled out. She was still alive. Oh, Little Red Riding Hood got some heavy stones, and she brought them to Grandmother, and they put them in the wolf's belly. Then Grandmother quickly sewed up the wolf together, and soon they waited for the wolf to wake up, and he did. When he saw the hunter, he tried to run, but the stones inside him were too heavy. He took 1 step, 2 steps, and then he fell down dead. Then Little Red Riding Hood, her grandmother, and the hunter sat down to a fine lunch. And Little Red Riding Hood thought to herself, I will never leave the path to play again, for Mother has told me not to. Wasn't that a great book?